How is everyone? I can't even talk, y'all. I'm on my third glass of wine, but I did have a smoked whiskey earlier. How was everyone's Christmas, if you celebrate that? Mine was all right. I'm kind of getting tired of the Bobo. I will come let you in just a fucking second. Your dad just went to bed, and you didn't come when he called you. He's a tweeny Dotson. He is 8. He turned 8 December 4th. All right, what are you growling at? Chill, motherfucker. Anyway, how was everyone's Christmas? Mine was all right, other than I'm tired of being like stretched thin all the time because like my family is huge, and then now like John's family lives in another state. It's just it's the most stressful time of the year for me because I hate shopping. First of all, like it's my least favorite fucking thing to do. I hate being around a group of people where I can't really be myself. Like, Bogart, shut up. Thankfully, I say thankfully with a grain of salt, his uncle that I think I may have spoken about previously, the weird one that like stares over the top of the newspaper at you like the entire time you're there. He and his wife were both down with the flu, maybe. So instead of going to their house, we just went to his grandma's house, and only one of their daughters was there, and she's like the one that actually talks. The other one doesn't say shit at all. But his grandma had invited, like, I guess some of her church friends or something over, who were like old as hell. The old man, I think he mentioned he was like 86. And he was fine. He used to be like in the Air Force, and he was trying to tell like some dad jokes and da-da-da-da. It's fine. You meet old men, you're like, you know what? He's probably a great-grandfather to his grandchildren. But then you also wonder, like, why are you not spending your Christmas with your family? I don't care. I was glad to have them. I mean, it wasn't even my house, but I was glad they were there. I was glad they were able to get out instead of, because they mentioned they were like, we would have just had like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for dinner. Thanks for having us. Da 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 da. But his wife, like everything he would say was like trying to make a joke, and it was cute. It was cute little old man shit. And his wife, like, Bogart, I will come get you in just a fucking goddamn minute. Chill, son. Fuck. I texted John sitting at the dinner table. I'm sitting next to the wife. She's on this side of me, and John's on this side of me. And I was like, she is such a fucking downer. Like one of those old ladies, all they want to do is like reminisce, and like they're reminiscing about shit you don't know anything about because you're not a part of their family. Like, I don't know. And I'm not trying to be mean. I know how old people are. I know when they get old, they want to reminisce and whatnot, but like, you have the personality of a shoebox woman. I didn't marry this kind old gentleman standing on the other side of you, like. Anyway. Update on my grandmother. I've spoken about a couple times. We went out there today, and she seemed to be doing well. She, the same as last time we went out there, only after last time we went out there, she told my aunt that I came out there and demanded money from her, which I absolutely the fuck did not do. She had forgotten my birthday, and my aunt like gave me something from, I guess my aunt is on their account or something. But gave me something for my birthday, which I didn't care if I got anything for my birthday at all. I mean, I turned 38. Like, I don't give a shit if you give me something for my birthday or not. Like, I can buy my own wine and have my own good time. But at Thanksgiving, my aunt, as soon as my grandmother got in the car, my aunt, Cindy, and Uncle Bob were like, she is not doing well. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I know. I mean, her mom had dementia or Alzheimer's. And I was like, my birthday was beginning of November. And I was like, I mean, yeah, she forgot my birthday this year. I'm not fucked up about it. I don't give a shit. So anyway, my aunt, like, she comes down, she lives about 4 hours away, but she comes down pretty often now, and stays for about a week because she works, she can work from home. She works for a pretty big company in the United States, and she can just pretty much make her own schedule and do whatever she wants, but she can completely work from home. And she was here a week or two after our Thanksgiving thing. Is there something in my hair? Or is it just my like split ends because I haven't had a haircut in a year? Over a year. I haven't had a haircut since November. Fuck. Is my hair turning gray? It's turning gray. Fuck it, I don't care. Just shave it one day. Always wanted to. But I was like, yeah, she forgot my birthday. You know, no big deal. I'm understanding that my grandmother is suddenly and very quickly becoming, she has no short-term memory. She didn't remember that we had gone to eat, like, was it 2 Saturdays? It was either last Saturday or a couple Saturdays ago. We had all gone to eat together. She had given everybody their Christmas shit that day. Because she knows how stretched thin everyone is, etc. My aunt had brought me a check out of their joint account for my birthday after that Thanksgiving stuff, and I was like, yeah, you didn't have to do that. I'm not worried about it. And then today when I walked in, my grandmother, like, I walked in with her presents, and her and my grandfather, and she was like, oh, did your aunt get your Christmas money to you? Because she's just resorted to giving people money in the last, like, 10, 12 years. I was like, yeah, I got it last weekend, or 2 weekends ago. And she was like, oh, y'all saw each other? I was like, yeah, we had lunch with you and your husband. With you and my grandfather, but it's just, it's weird. So anyway, today we were sitting there, and she has some procedures coming up, and she told me about it while we were all, like, John and I were sitting on the couch, and she was across from us in, like, a chair. My grandfather's sitting over here in his recliner, and he can't hear much anymore. He's 88 years old. She's 80. She'll be 83. Did that fuck up my video? My phone's about to die. It's on 20%. She's like, she'll be 83 in February. I had to stop and remember what year it is. And oh no, wait. Yeah, she'll be 83 in February. And it kind of sucks for my grandpa, because, like, he's all there. He can't hear much anymore, and he's just trying to not, fall out in the garden and, like, then not tell my grandmother about it, which he has done a few times. Like, the entire existence is now, like, don't fall and die, basically. Please do not fall and die. She tripped over a dog gate today. We were there, and I'm just like, you know what? You should really remove these. I mean, she had the gate wide open, so why do you have this gate set up? Like, just take these out before you fucking fall and hurt yourself, especially where that one was, because their house used to end at a certain point, and they've added on to it over the years. They built the house in, like, 1960, I think. Still got some of the original, like, wood paneling and stuff in certain parts of the house, because my grandfather refuses to let my grandmother change it because he likes it. And he was born in 1935, so let him have let him have it. But the place that she tripped, it's just there's a step down, because it used to be the end of the house right there. There's a step down, and then they added on to it, and they added the upstairs portion, and, like, a dining room, and there's, like, an office, and, like, there's a huge fucking den, and, like, then upstairs above that, there's a bedroom with, like, 20-foot ceilings, a giant sunroom, her sewing room that was built specifically for her needs, and then, like, a closet that's, like, 30 fucking feet long and with 20-foot ceilings, and then like a double lavatory with like a bathroom or a toilet and a shower and a little basically closet of it. But there's a step down there, so had she like tripped over that gate, had I not been standing there, she could have fallen and hit her head on that step down from where that add-on was put on. And like, no, could you just not create obstacles for yourself that like shouldn't have to exist? Anyway, enough about that. I think we're gonna put one of our dogs down tomorrow. I haven't made the appointment yet. I was supposed to call and do it Friday. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. But the dog that the very first dog he and I ever adopted, has had a few strokes, and she's completely blind. Her lenses have detached, and she'd be 13 in February, but she's just not adjusting well to being blind, and the other ones keep trying to take her out, and her quality of life is like zero. Like, she's not, I said this last year at Christmas. I was like, I think it's about her time. And then she had the strokes, and then she went blind. And we still have her here for some selfish fucking reason. I get it. He's been crying for days. I've had my peace with that. But watching him cry is not pleasant for me at all. And we walked into his grandma's house today, and she's like 83, 84 years old. She's still good. And I walked in, I was holding that dog because his parents had come up to meet us halfway at his grandma's house. It's between here and there. And his grandma was like, "Oh, you brought Nershi?" Yeah, I did. Because we wanted her to come and, see his parents at least one last time. And she turned around to her friends, the people that I was like, "Why are they here?" It was like, "It's this dog's last day on earth. Ha, 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 ha." Like, I get it, you're like 80-something, but your grandson is literally sitting here crying. Like, can we not ruin this Christmas meal this way? Like, anyway, I'm gonna call him tomorrow and see. It probably won't be tomorrow, to be honest. It was supposed to be, but I failed to call them Friday because I just don't fucking want to make that call. But yeah, we're gonna have to put our oldest dog down. And it's not going to be good for either of us, especially him. Him, who didn't even want that dog. When I walked through the Humane Society in like September of 2011, I think it was, might have been August, walked through and I saw that dog, and her name was Spunky. And it was because she was literally climbing the chain link like gates that they have, close them into their little jail cells. And I was like, I love that dog. It looks like a Cocker Spaniel. My family used to raise Cocker Spaniels when I was a kid. Like we used to breed and sell them. And no, we were not a puppy mill. The dogs had plenty of space to run. We got 300 acres for them to run around on. We did have them fenced in, but not fenced into tiny little fucking puppy mill bullshit. Just so you know, we actually raised them right. But it looked like a Cocker Spaniel on the face. It was a half Boston Terrier, half Cocker. Or she is a half Boston Terrier, half Cocker Spaniel. And I loved her to death. And he was like, no, that dog's too wild. I don't want that dog. And so, like, a month later, they had, like, barbecue fest downtown or some shit. And the Humane Society was set up with a booth down there. I'd all but forgotten about that dog. And they had her out there. And the ones they have out there are the ones that are on the kill list. And I was like, this was a Saturday. I was like, we're going to get that dog Monday. Best fucking dog. I've had dogs my entire life. I've had dogs that I called literally my own, even though my parents, when I was a kid, like, were the ones taking care of it. Like, dogs that were literally mine, and nobody else could touch that fucking dog since I was, like, 4. I got my first Cocker Spaniel from my grandparents when I was 5. So, her name was Susie. I named her after myself. There's a hair on my phone. I want to go away. Fuck it. Anyway. Got that dog. Chillest fucking dog ever on the planet. There's been one time she ran away, and it was at a music festival, and it was because it was 4th of July weekend music festival, and people were popping off bottle rockets. And we literally left the campground and drove up the mountain, drove all around looking for her, thinking, oh, holy shit, like, we just forgot to pay attention to her for a minute, and she's disappeared because people are shooting off fireworks. No. We had our friends at our little campsite area, whatever. We had our RV. She wasn't in the RV. So, we went looking for her. Came back, couldn't find her. I was like, well, we're not going to leave here. We've got the RV here. We're plugged into the site. We're not going to leave here until we find her. About 2 hours later, here she comes, strolling up to the campsite. She had just gone for a swim in the river, all by herself. In between the time that she came back and, like, the time that I was looking for her, I was, like, searching Facebook, Instagram, whatever, hashtag the name of the festival. And she popped up on it. I was like, well, she's still here somewhere. This was, like, 23 minutes ago. She's here somewhere. We just gotta go find this white dude with dreadlocks, which there's, like, 800 of them out here, but... Anyway, best dog ever. She's got to see a lot of shit in her life. She's climbed several mountains. She's been to several beaches. She's been down several rivers, whether she wanted to or not. But she's at the end of her road, so that's where I am for Christmas. Look how purple my lips are from this fucking wine, and I'm out of it. But alas, I'm going to plug this phone in and upload this shit. And if I remember to, I'll upload a heads up video from a couple of days ago where I tripped over one of my fucking dogs, not her. And I mean, it was stupid as hell, but I also thought it was hilarious as fuck because at least I didn't hit my head. I only dipped into the eggnog twice at that point. Middle finger curves inward on both hands. My mom's does too, and my daughter's does too. So fucking weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. Look at it. It's crooked. Anyway, Merry Christmas. Hope you all had a great one, and happy whatever else you celebrate if you don't celebrate Christmas. Bye.